Hello, everyone, and welcome to our final Mindset Monday. It's our final Mindset Monday of 2021, and starting very soon, we're going to be changing things up a little bit in here to give you more of what you need to get focused on building your business. So, as we get started, I'd love for you to say hi in the comments, and the question I have for you this morning is, what is your business and how long have you had it? Now, if you're someone who is just getting started or your business is still an idea or a spark for you, let me know that. So I want to know, what is your business and how long have you had it? If you haven't started yet, what is the spark or idea that you have? I want to know where you are in your business, whether that's just getting started, you've been in it for a while, you're pivoting, maybe you've started something, but now maybe you realize your passion lies somewhere else. That happens so often as we grow and change. We realize that we have different interests. We have something different that we want to bring to the world. Or we start our business and we realize the people that we're serving want something different. I'm looking at the comments here. We have something Hi, Jasmine. Jasmine's been a holistic nutritionist for 10 months. Wow, 10 months, Jasmine. And you've had so much success. Oh, that's so exciting. All right, I want to hear from everyone else. I see more people on this live. So that was me. Yes. Who has, what is your business? How long have you been doing it? And if you haven't started yet, what is the spark or the idea that you have? Linda says, I work with women with type 2 diabetes. I've been doing it for a couple of years and currently on a medical break. Yeah, taking time for self-care. All right, been doing that for a couple of years. Awesome. So we have some who have been in their business for a while, some who are coming up on that 1-year anniversary. Okay, yeah. Sometimes the business that we've started is new, but the profession we've been in for a while. Yes. And I know that there's many in this group who are just getting started. So I wanted to let you know that we hear you. We know how challenging it can be to start your own business. Entrepreneurship, let's face it, is not for the faint of heart. So for those of you who have started your business, who are feeling that spark, I just want to commend you and acknowledge you for the courage that it takes to step out and do something for yourself. It's out of the ordinary, and it takes a lot of courage to say, I'm going to do something for myself, and I'm going to do something that maybe no one in your family has done before. Maybe you don't know other friends who've done this before. Just really give yourself a pat on the back and know that you are not alone when it comes to the particular challenges and struggles that all entrepreneurs face, right? Some of the things that you're probably struggling with is time. How do you fit it all in, right? For most of you, you have kids, maybe you have a partner, maybe you have parents you're taking care of. You have family obligations that are already taking up a lot of your time. How do you fit your business in, right? You want to spend time with your kids and be present with them, but you're thinking about that next email you have to write, or you're thinking about how you're going to market your business, or you're thinking about the people you need to get back to, right? That feels really overwhelming because overwhelm comes from being in two different places at the same time, right? You're in your business and trying to figure out, should I be spending more time with my family? Am I paying enough attention to them? Am I really here for my kids? I'm physically in this room, but am I present to them? And then when you are with your family or you're wanting to just take a walk, your mind is racing with the things you need to do for your business, right? So your mind is in one place, your body's in another. And it feels like there's no clear-cut path for what to do next. right? How many of you, and you can do a raise your hand emoji or just hit the like button, how many of you went to school to learn entrepreneurship? How many in this group have a degree in entrepreneurship? I'll tell you, when I first started college many, many years ago, I originally went in for a business degree. Oh, good. I'm getting some thumbs up on that. I went in for a business degree because I really wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to own my own health food store and restaurant. That was my dream when I was a teenager. So I went to college. I started studying business, and I was like, oh my God, this is so boring. I was taking statistics and econ, and I was like, this is not what I want. I just want to own a health food store. So I dropped out of business classes because those business classes were all about grooming you to go into the corporate world. They weren't about entrepreneurship. No one was teaching this in the early 90s. I started college in 93. So I just figured I'll go figure it out myself because I couldn't learn it from college at that time. And I think that's the challenge that most of us still have today is where do you go to learn how to actually build a business? What do you do next? Right? And you're already coming up against the time constraints. Life is happening and you're building your business. Right? There's no clear direction about what to do next. Do I hire? Am I ready to hire? Do I have the money to hire someone? If I don't hire someone, do I keep doing all these things myself? How do I get myself out there? Who am I really serving? What's the audience I want to work with? Am I loving what I'm doing? Am I good enough to do this, right? Then we start to get into the very particular mindset challenges that entrepreneurs face. Imposter syndrome. Who am I to be doing this? I've never owned a business before. Who's going to take me seriously? I don't have X number of credentials behind my name, right? Or we get into the fear of the unknown. How can I make this happen consistently? Okay, well, I had one good month. Numbers are good. Money's coming in. Can I do it again? Can I make next month just as good? What if the money doesn't come next month? Then what do I do? Right? And it feels like you're just taking action, most likely staying very, very busy, right? Doing a bunch of work, but not seeing a predictable outcome. Not knowing where you're going. And so just doing a bunch of things instead of having a very clear and focused path for how to actually build a profitable, sustainable business. And the reason for that is a lack of structure, right? A lack of knowledge about what it takes to, at each level or each stage of your business. So who so far is feeling like I can relate to this? Type a yes in the chat if you're like, oh yeah, this feels like me. I don't know what the next step is. I'm busy. I know I'm working, but it doesn't feel like there's a predictable outcome. I don't know when to hire. I don't know what the next step is to really move to that next level. Yes. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. So I'm just going to give you a little background on me. Like I said, I went to college to study business because I wanted to be an entrepreneur. But I found in college the business they were teaching, at least in the 90s, was just about getting to the corporate world. I think there's maybe more classes on entrepreneurship now, but the speed at which we work is probably not keeping up with what's being taught in school. I think most of us can learn more from each other than we can from a university when it comes to entrepreneurship. I had this desire to be an entrepreneur from my mid-teens. I really wanted to have my own business. And so when I was 24, I jumped in and I created my first business. I owned a coffee house and juice bar. And one of the things that I learned that I knew I needed to have right from the beginning were systems and processes. When I hired someone, I needed for them to be able to unlock the door, flip on the lights, and plan for the business to be open for the day. And if any of you have worked food service, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's the opening checklist, right? It's like turn on the lights, set out the newspapers, start the coffee, fill the sinks with water. Like there's all the things you have to do, your checklist, so that the business is ready to run for the day. And then when you're done for the day, there's your closing checklist, right? It's sweep the floors, finish the dishes, like empty the coffee pots, turn off the lights, lock the door. There's an opening checklist and a closing checklist, right? There's processes that had to be laid out in order for me to hire other people to work with me, because I couldn't be the only one there. I could not own this coffee house by myself. I couldn't make all the coffee and at the same time order all the food, pick up materials that we needed, run the payroll, all of those things. Like I needed other people there. So very early on, I wrote out systems and processes for people to follow. What I didn't realize is at that point, I was laying the foundation upon which my business could be built. Because now my business was becoming dependent on very clear systems and processes rather than on particular people, right? Because especially in food service, people come and go. I would have people come work for me. You know, I had a lot of high schoolers that would come work for me, and then they would graduate high school and they'd go to college. Well, I couldn't have all of the knowledge of how to open or close the restaurant go to college with them, right? I needed to be able to replace that person with someone new and have them step in and just follow the same systems and processes. And because I knew that foundation of building a business, I applied that same principle when I started Align and Design Your Life. So Align and Design Your Life, we're just now celebrating our 2-year anniversary, if you can believe it. But when I started this business in late 2019, one of the very first things I did was think about who am I going to have with me in the future and what sort of things are they going to be doing? And I started to develop the systems and processes very early on. And I truly believe that it was that foundational work, in addition to knowing some business entity, organization, some legal and financial things, knowing those things and implementing them right from the start, I believe was pivotal in our business reaching 6 figures in its first year and its second year in business. And what I'm noticing amongst many of the women that we work with and we talk to is that this piece is missing. Right? Many business or many programs out there will teach you sales and marketing, which is great, because if your business if you're not marketing to people and you're not making sales, right, you're not making money. And some courses out there will teach you mindset and manifestation, which is great, because you've got to have a strong mindset to be able to work through all of the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, because there are many, right? The gap in the middle is the business foundations. And what we find when we work with our partners, our entrepreneurs, is that when you have the marketing and sales, the mindset, and the business systems and processes, you are able to lay a strong foundation upon which you can build an ever-evolving and scaling business. Okay? So you are probably in a place where you have taken the marketing courses. Maybe you've also taken the mindset courses. I know for me, I've taken tons of both, right? Maybe you've had some sales, but those sales are inconsistent, and you're wondering why you're not generating consistent revenue. You don't have a solid understanding of what's driving your sales and your referrals and your acquisitions. and on the key aspects of your business that really need to be dialed in order for you to continue to grow, right? And at the same time, you're super excited about your business, but you might be feeling doubtful about your ability to get there and feeling unclear about how to get started or how to get out of where you are and up to the next level, right? And what you need is a roadmap, a blueprint, a really clear path for each stage of your business that's more comprehensive than the marketing and the mindset, right? Something that brings it all together, right? We need all three things. We need the mindset, we need the sales and marketing, and we need the business foundations. Okay, so I want to dive in just a little bit here into some of the foundations that are going to be necessary when you're in your the first stages of your business. Now, I know some of you have been around for a while. Maybe you're generating lots of consistent income. You really know your audience and you're able to generate, 5K, 7K a month. But now you're really wanting to get to that maybe 10K or 12K or just know that you can always hit 5K. You can always hit 7K, whatever it is for you. We don't put limits on your on your dreams, but you know what it is for you, the income you need to be making in order for all of this to be worth it, right? This time you're taking from your family, this time you're taking to learn, this time you're sitting down at your computer to work. You want to make it worth it, and you know what that is for you. Okay, so even if you're at that level where you're bringing in consistent income, you really know who you're talking to, or you're just getting started, these foundations are going to be key to understand and implement. Okay, so number one is to let me just flip my screen. Okay. Number one is to create time and space in your life to focus on your business. It doesn't have to be hours and hours a day, but you do need to have consistent, quiet time for you to focus on your business. And I know for some of you, you have kids, maybe you have a full-time job, maybe you're doing multiple things. If your business is important to you, it needs to be a priority, right? There needs to be time on your calendar that's marked down for you to focus on your business, time that's non-negotiable for other things, right? And this brings us to number two. Stop trying to be everything to everybody, right? Especially when you're new in your business. It can feel challenging to be adding one more thing to your life. And it may feel like you're taking away from others in order to do that. That's simply a matter of shifting your mindset around it, right? As you're building your business, you've got to figure out where to set boundaries, cut out unnecessary commitments, and start saying no a lot more so you have time to focus on your business, even if it's only a couple of hours a day. And then number three is identifying the most needed problem to be solved. This is all about doing the research to really understand the market that you serve. And this is a key critical step in developing your business that gets glossed over a lot in other programs. I mean, I've done this work in several other programs. It wasn't until I brought in our growth strategy partner and we really dove into the market research that we discovered the most pressing problem that you all have that we can solve. And it's this component. It's the business processes and systems that support the sales and marketing and your mindset, right? When you know this, when you know the most needed problem to be solved, you will save months of time and energy and money. And most businesses will struggle for months or years because they don't know how to do this groundwork, this research, to really understand their market and their problem, and then build a solution that solves that problem, right? And this is something you can do at the very beginning of your business, and it's something you can continue to do. Continue doing that research as you're moving to that next level in your business, right? And as you're going through these foundational steps, right, this first level of your business, the two main obstacles you'll face are mindset and action, right? And at each level, the mindset and action obstacles you face are a little bit different. And we have these written out for every level of your success in your business. But at the foundational level, at level 1, as we call it, the mindset obstacles you have are overwhelm and indecision. You have multiple interests. There's lots of people you'd like to serve. There's lots of problems you want to solve. And you're feeling really overwhelmed by all the ways to market and sell your business. You're doing lots of research. You're watching what other people are doing. You're trying to figure it out yourself. And there's so many options out there that it's causing you to either shut down or just move from one tactic to the other. And that's creating a lot of indecision, right? You're afraid of doing the wrong thing, so you don't do anything, right? And that really leads to the feeling of self-sabotage and lots of procrastination. Yeah, can you relate? Yeah, Lisa says, OMG, that's me. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And then on the action side, right, the obstacle is like focusing too much externally, focusing too much on marketing and sales before you've really identified the problem, the main problem that you solve for your market, right? And that is not asking the ideal people that you'd like to help on what problems they have and what solutions they're looking for, right? Most likely you're guessing at what that problem is and what the solution is, or you're just basing it on your own experience and you're just a pool of one, right? We've got to move beyond our own experience in order to really understand the market that we serve and how we can serve them. Okay, so those are the main mindset and action obstacles that everyone needs to work through and go through on that foundational level in your business. And then beyond that, there's time, like getting really realistic about your expectations with time, right? When you're at this foundational level in your business, you're probably just finding time here and there to work on your business. And you're probably thinking about it all the time, right? So like I said before, one of the 3 key things you need to do is carve out time to just focus on your business. It's going to allow you to be much more present in your business and also much more present when you're not in your business, right? And then understanding your role. At this point, you are the chief cook and bottle washer, right? Everything's on you. You're the CEO. You're the solo entrepreneur. Everything's coming from your effort. And you have to start thinking bigger. Even if your business is only you and one assistant, if you want to build a profitable, sustainable business, it has to be more than just you. You as the solo entrepreneur is not enough, right? I'm not saying you have to build a team of 10 or 20 or have like this giant organization, but at some point you will need at least one person to take mundane tasks off your plate so that you can focus on the vision, on fulfillment, and on adding value, right? And you can't do that if you're still doing all of the mundane tasks. Right? So there's particular things that you need to do in order to set up yourself to bring that first hire in and show them what you want them to do. Just like I used the example I used earlier with the coffee house, systems and processes, right? And when you know those systems and processes, it becomes really easy to plug people in to your organization and start freeing up more of your time, okay? So these are a lot of the foundational principles that you have to know and begin to embody as you start your journey as an entrepreneur or moving into that next level. Now, when you're at the next level, there's new things to learn, right? There's more to learn about your organization. There's more to learn about your money, right? How are you managing your money as you're moving forward with your business? When do you hire? How do you hire? How do you show someone what to do? When do you fire? How do you fire, right? All of these things get built over time. But it's really this laying of the business foundations that's going to be critical to your business being able to create consistent cash flow. Okay, so on that note, mark your calendars, grab a pen and paper, get your phone out. I want you to mark your calendars for Wednesday, December 15th at 2:00 p.m. Eastern. We are going to dive deeper into that third item that I said you need to know. So number 1 was clear time to focus on your business. Number 2 was stop being everything to everyone, set some boundaries. And number 3 is identify the most pressing problem to solve. This is key and fundamental to saving literally thousands of dollars, hundreds of hours, and lots of your energy. This foundational principle is absolutely, I want to say life-changing. It is absolutely business-changing, and it will probably change your life too. When I brought in our growth strategy partner, this is the one thing that he made me focus on. And we really dug into understanding and identifying the most needed problem to be solved. And that is the one thing to focus on so that you can increase your prices and generate more consistent, predictable income. So I will be sharing this exact strategy with you on Wednesday, December 15th at 2 p.m. Okay, this is the one thing that you need to focus on to increase your prices and generate consistent, predictable cash flow. We implemented this, and within a month, we were able to create a $15,000 week, right? We took this process, we implemented it, we offered to our audience, and in 1 week, we brought in a little over $15,000 in cash collected. So I want to show you this same process. So join us on Wednesday, December 15th at 2 p.m. to learn the one thing you need to focus on to increase your income and generate predictable, consistent cash flow. Thank you all so much for being here. We are so excited to bring you even more business-focused strategy that will combine with the mindset focus that we've always had to really lay the right foundation for your business growth. Thank you all for being here. Hope you have a fantastic day. Stay tuned into the group. We're offering lots of free things between now and the end of the year. And we'd love for you to stay here, stay connected, ask your questions. Our coaches are available to you. We're here to help and serve you. So thank you all so much and have a great rest of your day.